come here. It's almost. You can feel the thunder when you walk by. Shut the hell up. Alright, Morris, where you at? Oh, there y'all go. Last time I was trying to do the Facebook Live, it said nobody was coming. I'm like, where the hell everybody at? Don't nobody like me today? I was like, where is everybody at? This Facebook Live is a public announcement. It's a public announcement. I have to smile because y'all sit here trying to bring the warrior out of me, and I ain't letting it happen.
Look at this.
I'm on Facebook Live, just so you know.
Mommy.
I don't want to see.
Okay,
I'm on Facebook.
You don't like seeing children.
I was actually having a conversation with myself because Moore's. Yes, what you say? No, I called you for this. I don't know if you'll like it, but it's something new that they had at the store. Islam Wars. I was getting some downloads, and I was having some conversations. Hey, everybody. And I was having some conversations inside, and it spoke to information as to why are the temples not... Oh, yeah, El American. Oh, yes, Brandon. Yeah, I'm so glad I saw you, because now I'm going to redirect from what I actually was about to talk about and talk specifically to you.
Mommy.
So, Brandon.
Mommy, are you going to make the pancakes?
You've been gang warned with some information that you want to put in the group. Let me tell y'all why the Moorish American Consulate, N.E. Amexem group, what the purpose of the group is. The purpose of the group is to get Moors to come together, to learn and gain knowledge of the things that they need in regards to completing their grid. Okay? All of the information is there. It's not a forum for people to promote certain things because it'll get bogged down. We have over 2,000 people in that group, and we need to keep it a pure place for growth, a pure place for getting your grid done, and not a lot of distractions. I need Moors. I need you to don't call me now, Brandon. It's too late. It's too late. Tried to call you earlier today. I have a Marco Polo. It's not open to everybody to send me Marco Polos. Absolutely it's not. It's for me and my Sea Stars. So when we need to speak to each other, when we need to talk, that is the platform I use for my Sea Stars. Me and Kimberly, we speak quite candidly on Marco Polo. It's not open for consumption, so don't advertise it. And if you send me a Marco Polo, I'm just going to delete it. Because there's many other avenues, many other methods that you Moors are using without me even acknowledging them or without me even promoting them. So you contact me on Messenger. You'll call me on Messenger. You'll send me a text. You'll blast me on Facebook because you mad you ain't getting no attention, like I'm your mother and you're on my breast. You don't belong on my breast. I have children for that. I am here as a beacon of light to put the information in one space so you can stop being distracted with all the other multitudes of things. We are very easily distracted because of things. Yes, people are losing a lot of things. And they're losing those things because they're in their feelings. They're doing things before they've taken proper protocols and procedures. And a lot of people come into this for a benefit. I am here as a beacon of light. As those active Moors that came here are here for a beacon of light. The judiciary was established to do what none of the temples, I'm not even going to say temples, I'm going to say none of the administrators of the temples are doing. I'm going to piggyback this in because I'm making pancakes, blueberry pancakes for my children. So sometimes I'm going to be making blueberry pancakes for my children. I did not leave the plantation in order to be subject to to the tribes. I'm not subject to you. I'm doing this because it needs to be done. No one else is doing it. Everybody has taken this nation and tried to turn it into a corporation, for-profit corporation with no authority and nothing. It's just another corporation which just may have a more tag on it. That's what many of our family, our tribal members are doing. Charging each other a multitude of finances for things that it's theirs already outright. Many sons are doing it. I haven't heard of any daughters doing it yet. Haven't heard that yet. Message. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the temples, the administrators of the temples, were supposed to be enforcing and establishing laws and controlling the commerce here at Northwest Amexem. Instead of doing that, after the prophet passed form, they all disembarked and created organizations, corporations, incorporated by the service corporations of those particular territories, whether it was Illinois, whether it was Chicago, whether it was so-called PA. They've incorporated them. How do I know? Because when Moors come here with their paperwork that they have gotten from the from those administrators of those temples, it has their jurisdiction under the so-called service corporation. And that's in the language. This is not sharing, making it up. This is the realities. I don't deal with feelings and emotions. I deal with actual facts. There's no time for emotions. There's no times to get mad because you can't get me on the phone. There's no time to sit here and try to make posts pushing people out who are the very people who are standing up doing what needs to be done while everybody else is complaining about who's not doing anything. While you're complaining about who's not doing anything, you're looking at the very person who's doing nothing, which is yourself, because you're complaining you're not doing something. Moors, get your grids done. We have Facebook Lives. Yes, they do. They really do. They really do. You have a grid. That grid came from a year's worth of hard work from that judiciary team. If we answered the phone every time you called us, we would get nothing done. Because you call us, and I want 3 questions answered. What's your appellation? Where are you at on the grid? How can I assist you with getting further on the grid? The grid is important because it's telling you as Moors how to put the public notices out there, how to get the extractions done. Light is intense with extractions. That's why she can't answer the phone, because she's helping assist people to finalize these processes so you don't have to call us to get them done. The extractions are very important, as well as everything else. And the way you secure yourselves, the way we secure each other, because the people are the government, not a building, not a title, the people. The consular court should have never stopped doing its job. Never should have stopped doing that. They stopped. Know that. Why did they stop? Why did the temples get converted into corporations, incorporated under a 501c3, and you're complaining that they're not doing what they are supposed to be doing? They're not the so-called temples. Those temples, which is the Moorish Science Temple, is very, very much not compromised. It's those administrators that have been charged to do a thing that are compromised. They have two options. You can either continue to do the business as an incorporated establishment. You can continue to do that. You can choose to de jure yourself and to extinguish or terminate that relationship you have with the service corporation, and that takes a 1-page writ. You know that. A 1-page writ. Because to be a so-called officer of anything, you are only that in good status and standing, meaning when you were doing what it is that you were supposed to do. So if it was your responsibility to make and enforce laws and you're not doing that, can you call yourself the things that you are you have titles to? Are you that? So you can't claim to be a sheriff while you're violating the people, and you can't claim to be a sheik or a sheikess if when the Moors come to you, you tell them just pay your fees, just pay your rent, just pay this, pay that, and you don't hold up the supreme laws of the land. That's what Prophet told you to do. Enforce the law. Enforce the supreme laws of the land. And in order for you to enforce the supreme laws of the land, you got to know what they are. So you got to sit down for a couple minutes. And more sit here and tell me I've been in this movement for 20, 30, 40 years. I wouldn't be saying that out loud. Message. I wouldn't be saying out loud that I've never been compromised. I've always been a Moor. I've never been denationalized. I wouldn't be saying that out loud. I wouldn't be saying that for 60 years I've been doing this. That would be embarrassing to me. Moors, we all owe each other and ourselves first to get the grids done. To get each tier, each column, each row in the grid done. But you can't call Sharon to have a conversation for 2 hours or even an hour and all we're talking about is your feelings and your emotions. I got 3 questions that I have. Did you nationalize? Are you a nationalist? Because if you're not and you want to call me, that's the first thing I'm going to send you to the grid. All right, get it done. Get that done because we can't have a conversation until that's done. Because you are not within your proper status. That is what you have to fix. That is the issue. Your jurisdiction. Who owns you? I can't have 20, 30, 40 minutes conversations about what's going on. All I need is what your appellation is, where you're at on the grid. What your appellation is, where you're at on the grid, and what situation you are at right now. Because you might have to jump around on the grid. If you got an extraction, you got to get the extraction. The light put a beautiful script out, and if I had it right here, I would read it out. I'm going to go find it because it's not that hard to find. I just did it last night. Can y'all stop being so loud, please? Belize.
Hello.
I am making the food. See, look, I always want to be on camera. She did a script, and with me doing 50 things at one time, I have it, and I wrote it down, and I was going to post it out, and I was going to add it to the packages that I send people. But I know as Sharon, I can be a little bit handicapped. I can handicap you, and I'm not trying to do that because you have work to do. You really have a lot of work to do. We can't sit on the phones talking about our past, even though I do from time to time sit on the phone and talk to certain individuals because, sometimes I do need some energy because y'all take it all from me. Where did I put it at? Oh my goodness, it really don't want to be found. I'm going to tell y'all. This script really doesn't want to be found. I know it's here, but maybe, there it is. Look, I found it. She came up, oh no I didn't, yes I did. She came up with a script. This is a script to say in everything and all things, all right? Because while, I'm going to read it to you. It says this: I am Sharon Tracy Galbay, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heritus at all times. I am an Aboriginal, Indigenous, Moorish American national, and I am exercising all of my rights at this time and at all points in time. You are commanded to state your name and nationality on the record, for the record, immediately, without further comment. I am law, and I am the government, and I command you to set me free immediately. This one is specifically for Moors that are in captivity, that have been detained through these corporate for-profit corporations that are only pulling you because they want some finance and they want you to give it to them. And if you tied your camels by completing that grid, which one of those avenues on the grid is specifically speaks to, what does it say on the grid? Leaning the straw man and the social security number. Lean them. So they can't hypothecate you or your assets or estates without coming through you first. See, what we are doing is killing all avenues and tapping into our estate. So if they want something to you, they got to come like a normal, natural, respectful being to your face. I need something and I would like you to give it to me. But guess what? It's your decision whether or not you want to give it or not. They can't just take things from you, especially the heirs. Now, black people or people who haven't quite realized nationality's order of the day, they're going to do that to them. But we're closing those avenues as well. And I didn't come on this Facebook Live to really do a very long live. I came on here to specifically speak to every Moor has to do the work. You have to learn extractions. You have to nationalize. You have to get your nationality identification card. You have to learn the lien process. You cannot circumvent those processes in that learning and gaining knowledge in those areas by contacting me, asking me how to do something. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to send you to all of those venues where all of those Moors, judiciary, and the like. Yes, exactly. I'm going to send you right there because we put the work in so you don't have to flood the phone calls. So when people call us for specific things, we can give it to them. But don't come only when you're in pain. We have Tuesday council commissioning calls. If you are wanting to be commissioned through Northeast, you have to be on those calls. That's a directive I'm putting through because I need to make sure you're grounded in the law. So before I send you your council commissioning documents, and I'm speaking specifically to a Moor that knows I'm speaking specifically to him, be on the calls. Join the Thursday calls. Be in the group, not just to post things, but to learn things. Be on the classes on Saturday. Hold classes where you are on Saturdays or Sundays or whatever days. When things are happening, Moors, make sure you have your outline from process to start. Who, what, where, when, and why, and have that laid out. Write it down. Have a notebook with you. Write stuff down so you don't have to recall it, because sometimes you recall it and the details ain't really there, and you adding stuff. Write it down. And then do your Facebook Live appealing to your nation, because there's somebody out there having the exact same situation you're having, I'm having. But we have to get past the Dorothy, Alice in Wonderland. It's not Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz. Stop being a scarecrow. Stop being a cowardly lion. Stop acting like you Dorothy done bumped your head. Stop acting like the UCC Sovereign Citizen Movement. And stop using all of these back doors to get into the matrix. Our job is to kill the matrix and be ourselves, but not to keep going in as different people. Let me tell you, some of you have like 5 appellations. 5 appellations. I'll get a text in one, I'll get an email in another, and I'm like, I'm supposed to put all of that together. When you send your documents for nationality, or you send it for whatever you send it is, can you put a cover letter, let me know what it is? Just like how we tell you to do too, when you send in stuff for the recorder of deeds, they need to know what you want. All right, I need you to record this, or I need you to give me a MAC number so I can do my land title, or I need you to provide me with a MAC number. And then don't send me 50 screenshots of your documents for me to pull them together. I'm not doing that. Go scan them at the library, or go scan them at the print shops. Go scan them. Invest in your liberation. How do we do that? Buy a printer. Buy a laptop. Do it when you can. And until you can, go to the library. I go to the library. I go there sometimes for peace, to do my classes. It's snow today. Y'all saw all that sun yesterday when we did our tea with Ruth or our Ruth the Moabites, and today it's snow. Go figure. But Islam, Jamal. I mean, I didn't want to make this long. I just want to let you know that the unity and us looking for, okay, well, why aren't you aligned with these people? Well, why aren't these people aligned? The reasons why the Moorish American Consulate had to come outside of that venue is because the venue has been hypothecated by corporate beings. That's why. And because you are sovereign, you can choose to go to a temple. You can choose to not be a part of one. It's your choice. You are the sovereigns, not anything outside of you. How strong do you become? How strong you become is the unity within. So I'm not playing when I talk about the Moorish Imperial Guard. That's not for play. Yes, you are. Okay. I'm compiling that, but Moors, engage and volunteer what you can to your nation. You give everything to the corporation. Give back to your nation. But you can't complain about, oh, I can't get this person on the phone. Well, we need the phone triage. Who's going to volunteer to be a part of that? Who's going to volunteer to filter those calls? Because 90% of them can be answered without me picking up the phone. And they literally can be answered without by you tapping into the portals that we have established, so you won't feel like you're outside in the back. We have the Facebooks, we have the Facebook Lives, we have the YouTubes, we have the free conference calls, and you have all that information in the file section of the group. If you know how to establish a website, and so we can get it all, and we need a website team. We need a team managing the website of the Moorish American Consulate. So we're not doing everything, Moors. Realize a nation can only be built by the people donating their time, energy that everybody a part of this judiciary been doing from day one. Day one, while on the plantation. I can tell you, during the day, I worked all the way up to the end of the day. I had to step back like, Cher, you're doing too much. You're doing the most. Slow down. I started those classes on purpose. So we could learn how to do these things locally. Everybody should have a class everywhere. And if you can't get me on the phone, text me. But don't text me no question like, where's the link? Bye, Felicia. I'm just going to say file section. I'm not even going to tell you where the group is because you should already be a part of the group. Text me if you can't get me on the phone. But don't text me really, don't text me no questions you can answer yourself by just being still for 5 minutes. Don't do things when you are at a mad dash or you are emotional. Take a time out, go breathe, go meditate for about 20 minutes until your frequency gets back in realignment. Meditation is key, y'all. Y'all have to slow down to hear yourselves, because the reality is all the answers you have inside of you are inside. They're already there, because this isn't the first time you played this game of life. You've done it over and over and over again, and you have information from past life experiences that you're not tapping into because you're not tapping into the science, which is your science, culture. The only way we could have gotten to this point where we don't know who we are is because we abandoned our culture. We did that. Islam? I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover today. The temples, many of them are 501(c)(3)s. They're aligned with the Service Corporation. If they violate you, or and a lot of Moors tell me that through establishing those so-called naturalization papers, they have given all of what they have to the temples. I've known 2 specific people. I ain't gonna name no names. I ain't gonna name no temples or no administrators of those temples. Because Moors, in order to stop being violated, in order to stop being victimized, you have to gain the knowledge. You're right. You have to Read more. Sit down and read. Let me tell you, in the beginning it's hard. It is hard to read something that is difficult. Even to say the words was difficult to me because it was so foreign. Because it wasn't something. The consul for Virginia is Darians. We don't have a lead, but we need leads everywhere. We need leads, and that we can consul commission in every corporate state. So right now Virginia is Darians. Hatfield L. That's Darian's Hatfield L. Islam? Many Moors is trying to make finance and trying to make a living off their people. Stop trying to do that. It's about liberation because the reality is you shouldn't be paying rent. You shouldn't be purchasing food. You shouldn't be purchasing anything outside of your without using your estate. Yeah. And plus there's Abdullah Mosley Bay will be coming out with a civil newsletter very, very shortly. That'll have a detailed list. Once we get Moors to volunteer to help establish the website so I can have everything on there, because there's a lot of things that I want to put on there, but I just don't have the time to get it done. So Moors who have those skills and abilities, bring them to your nation. The Moors who can establish a triage, so when Moors do have issues, we can have so when Moors do have issues, we can triage it to the specific place it needs to go. That's where you come in, Moors, because you do realize you make up the nation, you make up the government. But you can't sit here and assassinate the very people who stood it back up. The very people who stood it back up. By just doing the work. Support each consul, lead, each commission, and each vizier. Support them so they can do the things that they need to do. In order to get those, Mustafa, you have to send your request to Light. Light has to. Light is the point person on there. She's the point person.
Is this your chest? Yeah.
Right? We got a lot of Moors to nationalize, and everybody should be doing it.
Grinch.
And we need to support one another and not look. Now, when Moors complain, guess what? They're frustrated with their own activity. And they're looking for someone else to blame. I'm a Sagittarius. I won't let you blame me for your lack of activity and lack of sitting your butt down and getting the work done. Get it done, man. Do the grid. Did you send your national? Did you do your nationality documents? Did you when you sent them in? Did you get photos? An info sheet. So if we need to call you, we can call you, or text you. We can text you, and we don't have to send out documents in the mail to get in touch with you. You have to send the photos. And you have to be an Asiatic. And you know if you're an Asiatic because your mom and your grandmother will tell you based on who they look like. If they're Albions, you're not a Moor. And that's just the reality. Don't send paperwork and then I have to sit here and be like, okay, I don't know who you are. Can you give me some information? I just need validation. So that's the first tier. Send it to the 7 locations. That's tier 1. Do your nationality identification cards. That's tier 1. Tier 2. But don't send it 3 different avenues. Y'all be sending things 3 different ways. 3 different ways. Send it one way. Send it all in one package. It's easier. It all get done in less than 24 hours. But if you send it, you send it through an email, then you didn't let me know, then you here, then I got a text message, and then the text message, you didn't leave your appellation so I can at least know who you're talking about or referring to. Yeah, that'd be great too if you have your head dressed, but it's not required to have your head dressed. It takes time to want to, to get comfortable with putting on the turban. Plus, you gotta learn how to do it, as well as the fezzes you just put on. But it takes time to get the fezzes too, because you can't just walk into a Walmart to get a fez. You gotta find the supplier. So I wouldn't say wait until you have that to do your IDs. You gotta get the work done. Like we behind on the 8 ball. That time frame, that window's closing for getting these things in order. Take the time and get it done. You got till March 22nd, 21st. I told y'all in the last class, the energies. This is when you're supposed to be putting right now is when you're supposed to be getting everything aligned. All the property you want to establish, everything. doing your land titles, extractions, learning the extraction process, which is even simpler, which is this stating this statement 3 times in a row and saying absolutely nothing else. Saying, I, Sharon Tracy Gelbay, impropria persona sui juris, improprio solo, and improprio heritis at all times. I am an Aboriginal, Indigenous, Moorish American national, and I am exercising all of my rights at this time and at all times. You are commanded to state your name and nationality on the record for the record immediately without further command. I am the law and I am the government, and I command you to set me free. That's specifically. That's for everything, because they still trying to keep you in bondage in everything you do. For extraction, send the notice of the notice of existence of the Moorish American Consuls, a treaty of peace and friendship, in the Moorish Trust document. That's the document MACN-R with the 9s. As well as for consuls, when they get taken, it's a little different. I just need my ID. Oh, manga, yes. Call me manga bag. Call me, or or text me, and we'll sync up to just today. But what was the point I was trying to make? Or something. So for extractions, you just got to be yourself more. The only thing you're learning and you're gaining knowledge on is self, who you are ancestrally, culturally, by blood right, and acting in that capacity and no other capacity. Nobody supersedes you as the heirs and the sovereigns to the nation. The only thing that you have to do is be that. And if you're not trying to be that because you're scared, you're going to go through some lessons. Be that. Sit down, do the work. What's the second grid? What's the second grid on the second column on the grid? Is it the column or the row? No, it's a column. What's the second column on the grid? Anybody know? Can anybody tell me what the second column of the grid is? Notice of removals. Stop making special appearances. Letting your documents precede you. And standing and be still and let it be. You're only spell casting. If you don't believe in the spells you're casting, they will not work. If you don't believe and know that you are more and know that you are sovereign and you have all the power, it ain't gonna work. First is knowing. Islam, Declaration of Private Trust. There you go. Thank you. So now you gotta get your trust done. Who got their trust done? All hearts for everybody who got their trust done. You got your trust done? Are your trust done? Did you send a declaration of trust, a certified return receipt to the Recorder of Deeds? Did you post it on your Facebook Lives? Did you read it on YouTube? Did you post it in the group? That's public notice. It's all public notice. Did you tell the people who are claiming to own anything that by sending it to them, certified return receipt? Send in copies of everything, especially for land, to the so-called sheriff. Travel documents to the chief of police and the Secretary of State and the attorney generals and the governor. Did you lean anybody? Did you lean your straw? Did you lean the supermarket that's charging you fiat for groceries? You gotta get the work done. Can't nobody else do it but you. Because it's your situation. It's our situation. We done put the grid out there, all the documents out there for you to just get it done. Send it out text per queue. And I want to establish another email address just for Mac recordings so I can give you your Mac numbers quickly. But if I do that, you'll still send me other stuff there. I just want, but I'm considering it. I got to think about it. So I can get those Macs done in 24 hours or less. I'm going to deal with the ancestors and let them know, like, should I do it? But are people going to send me other stuff there? And should I create 5 different emails for 5 different things? Send me Macs here. Send me documents for Mac recordings here. Send me nationality ID documents here. Send me recordings that you want for the public venue here. And what's another major? Send declarations of trust here. Should I kind of do that? I don't know. You let me know. To make sure certain things can get done. I will like to increase processes to make sure everybody gets what they need. But the info sheets. Send info sheets with everything you send so we know how to get in touch with you. So we can ask a question. Why'd you send me these documents? Because you didn't give me a cover letter. We can't make decisions for you. We're competent. So when you need something, send what you need and tell me what you want. Islam? Victor, what you keep posting that for? What's that? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's your proclamation? I don't know what that is. Is that Rhode Island? MACNR. Quick question. Were you able to get my ID? Ooh. Call me. Well, don't call me. Text me later. Text me today, Mustafa. Because you and manga, I work on today specifically. Because I know manga, you got to send me an actual order form because you sent me a document in the mail. Send me download the order form from the file section of the group. I'm doing these things to show you how to kind of navigate, just so you know. I'm not going to send you the documents. Go download them for yourself and then send them to me. So go to the file section, manga and Mustafa to download the order form, complete it, and then email it to me. Scan it, please. Don't take a picture of it because it's harder to take the images off doing the IDs. All right. So while my processes are very great, I can honestly say that they are, because y'all contact me and send me things in a multitude of ways, and then you send me things before I'm even doing those things that you sent me. I have to kind of upgrade or change processes so I don't lose things. But I have a pretty good process here. Like I said, I'm an accountant by trade. And I download and I keep everything that you send me. So when you call me and talk about I ain't do something, I'll be sitting there like, nope, I'm waiting on you. Check your emails frequently. Check your spam. Because also realize Google and all of them are playing with us as well. Just make sure you know that is the reality. The emails might just randomly disappear. Really? It was mailed out. I keep telling y'all, like I said, they messing with stuff. So if you haven't received your stuff within a good 3 weeks, let's say, because the slow mail has been creeping in, just do it again, and you ain't got to worry about any fees or anything like that. I don't have issues with fiat. It'll get done. Send it in. Send me a text message. I already did that with another more, but what? What are you talking about, Mustafa? So somebody else is doing your identification card? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're talking about, Mustafa. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, so are you talking about Darians? No. Yeah, you talking about Darians is doing your ID, Mustafa? So if you have no more, like, y'all be blowing up my phone, but right now nobody have a question. I think it's funny. Scared gonna say your appellation on the. Oh, wait a minute. I have some documents that I'm waiting for some information on. A lot of y'all came out of the Felicia Pile this week. It was about 15 people came out. And the only way you get into the Felicia Pile is if you didn't send me a photo to do your documents or an info sheet to text you to say, I need a photo. So sometimes you send just your documents. They be so pretty. And I'll be like, well, who are you? Can you send me a photo? And the info sheet's not there, so I can't contact you. No, not the original. You just, if you've already completed your declaration of trust, you just scan it in PDF and email it to me. And then in the email, state your appellation, in that identification information, your MAC number if you've already been recorded, and state what you want. So if you need to record your declaration of trust because you've already did your nationality, you already got your ID card, and you already got your MAC, your Moorish American Consul record number, then all you need to say is, I am Moorish American National, here's my record number, I wish this to be recorded and put on the public forum. Pax out to more. That's it. Okay, Mustafa. Janaya Elbay, you said I have a question, but that's all you said. Make sure you send me pictures with flashes because it's hard to lighten these images up. And I don't want them to look too crazy. I'm very particular at how I do things. If you already have an ID card, no. If you did your nationality, you already have an ID card. All we need is to record it to give you a Moorish American Consulate record number. I don't want to tell you, Quan, my email. Somebody post my email address for him. Let's see. This is a homework moments. Somebody post my email address to put it in the feed. Let's see if y'all know my email address. And then I'm gonna send different because I've been waiting for some information from individuals. The only reason you end up in the Felicia pile is if you don't give me the information. Nobody posted my email address. Y'all know it. Nobody on this platform knows my email address. Not one. I'm gonna sit here idle. I gotta make the pancakes in a second. My daughter just said pancakes. Y'all got 5 minutes. Somebody better post it. On the notice of removal, you say Moorish American, your Sharon Tracy Gale Bay X relations, whatever your nom de guerre is, in brackets. Thank you. Awesome. No, yep, that's it. Akil, thank you. You always be in the background. I'll be like, where Akil at? Where's Waldo? It's like, where's Waldo, Akil? Where you at? All right. Universal Soul El Bay. Universal Soul El Bay, I need info sheet and photo to complete your nationality documents. That was Universal El Bay. Universal El Bay. Kindu El Bay, I need the same info sheet and photo. Prince, oh goodness, hold on. Prince Shakil Allah Mubay. That was Prince Shali Ali Mubay. I need info sheet and photo. Michael Borders El Bay, if you want to be recorded, I need your name, declaration, and judicial proclamation. All right, this is a big packet. It came from Brother Mark Adams L. Brother Mark Adams L. You had several documents, so I'm assuming it is your whole tribe, i.e., all brackets family, because we don't have families. We're not slaves. I need photos and info sheets. I don't have any photos and info sheets for your documents. That is Brother Mark Adams L. Okay? Photos and info sheet. Zuril Amiru X Zai Bay. I could have sworn you already sent your documents in, and I've already sent them back, but I think you sent them in a second time. Judicial notice. And then who you sent with me with this documents? I need info sheet, photos. Shaquem, why are you gonna ask me that question? Now, obviously, if you sent me the scans, I probably have the scans. I just haven't been to my email address. Phoenix, call Nora. Well, can't call Nora right now. You got to bring that to the Thursday call. Because if you wanted to be recorded, who did you send it to? Did you send it to Light? Who did you send it to be recorded? We're going to have some more platforms come up so people can do self-recordings on a particular website that is in production by some Moors down in the Northeast Territory. So be warned, that's coming. So for right now, just send it to your post head, and because keep in mind, because we don't have other people manning these email addresses besides the judiciaries, things may take a little bit longer. And the public notices email is not active, even though it's there. I don't know who's manning it. I'm not manning that site. I tell Moors in Northeast to email me and just say in the subject line, recording, to be recorded on the public notice page of the Moorish American Consulate website. But it has to be complete. It has to have a signature and a thumbprint. It has to already have what it needs on it for it to be posted on the site. Kalal L. I need info sheet photo. Stanley Aristide Albay. Stanley Aristilide. I know I'm butchering your appellations. I apologize. I need a photo. Rashid Samad Noor L. Rashid Samad Noor L. Photo info sheet. Kelly Roots Williams /L. Your documents were a little, you put things in the wrong spot, so redo your documents. I don't want to send you these back, or contact me through text message or email and we can kind of talk about it. Marion, Marcel Bay, and Ariella, Lillian Bay. I am butchering y'all appellations. I know this. Marion, Marcel Bay, and Ariella, Lillian Bay. I need photos and info sheet. That was it. Everybody else came out to Felicia pile. Because they contacted me or they sent it later and I was able to marry them up to one another and send their documents out. Just send about 7 documents out today. Yesterday I sent about 20. So as quickly as I get them in, I send them right back out as long as they have all the information they need in order to be recorded. So that's the only thing in the Felicia pile, and it's not that much. It's really small compared to, it was like stacked up high, and I'm like, yes, okay, it's probably good, so I wanted to do as well, but no time. Are you commissioned with the consulate? Because we do the consul commissioning things for people outside to do things for the consulate, only because we want to make sure everybody's in a lawful position, and the information that you get, you're not going to be using it for any other reasons, for publications. Create own website for public notice. Do that. Have your own website. But at the same time, if most people are going to be going to the Moorish American Consulate website, that's a high traffic site. That's a high traffic site. I keep telling people, Moors, you need to come together for your nation. And if you have abilities to establish and get the government website on fleek mode, you kind of have the responsibility to come here and do that. We don't need 20, even though having 20 different sites is great. Where's everybody going to go to check for stuff? They're going to go to the Moorish American Consulate website. They're not going to go to all these different websites. I'm just telling you now. They're going to go to the Moorish American Consulate website. So getting that on fleek mode, so when people go there, they can get what they need. I already know what my vision is. My vision is for you to be able to cut, so for you to send notifications out to these different corporate beings and say, look, you need to go to this website and download this document. And for them to be able to do a search on our website for that document, it's going to tell you what Moorish American National, it's going to give you all the information it needs. Only reason why I can't do it, Islam. The only reasons why I haven't been able to do it is because I'm doing everything else. I need support, and I need Moors that can be able to do these things with very little oversight. Islam, but I'm getting off this platform because I got to make blueberry pancakes for my babies. Islam, great. Victor, come on the consul website. Come on the consul commissioning calls, Victor. Oh, you work with Jeramore. Are you consul? Are you commissioned? No? Alright, I'm getting off the platform, so I'll make pancakes. Pax of tomorrow. Peace and love. Deuces. Okay, Victor. Victor, where you done? Will Victor call? Send me a text, Victor. Don't call me right now, because I'm about to make blueberry pancakes. Like I told you, I'm about to make blueberry pancakes. and I won't be able to answer the phone call right now.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, send me the link, Victor, and we can have a conversation because I need the consulate website, which is the government website. Well, which is the consulate website because we're gonna have a government website. I need those to be on Fleek mode because that's where we're sending everybody to. So you want to be able to search a map, and when you search that map, all the things that you've done will be listed there. That's the declaration of trust. That's your nationality documentation. That's your identification cards. That's the lands that you've titled up. Everything. I've already have it in my mind. I just haven't been able to do it because y'all keep calling me. Love you. Pax out to more. Yeah, how about you? Okay, Pax out to more. I guess y'all gonna just send me a whole bunch of more emails so I got more work. Peace and love. Gonna make blueberry pancakes.
Eat.